for those who may not necessarily be familiar with conferences and, this side of academia, I suppose. What is a call for papers? We have our call for papers going on right now, and the deadline is until March 31st, extended deadline, by the way. So, 2 weeks, all in, get that in. But yeah, what is a call for papers?
Great plug. All right. So if you're going to have a conference, a seminar or a workshop in which you want to have participation by a broad sort of constituency of persons, then you would send out what we call a call for papers. In our case, what we're sending out is a call for papers and creative presentation. Because the idea is that you really want to have a rich engagement from a variety of persons, a variety of voices. And what we're asking for is certainly the regular kind of academic papers, but we also want to invite creative presentations. The Caribbean space is a space that gives birth to a lot of creatives. So people who do poetry, people who do dance, and that in the past that we have had conversations and engagements with Caribbean creatives as part of how we engage in this CTCT space. So that's what we're doing. We're letting people know our conference is coming up. We're telling you what the theme is. We're telling you how we'd like you to join us and to engage with us. So it's not just simply academic papers, but creative presentations as well. And that will really help to build a spirit of engagement as we try to make sense of how our faith, we are a people of faith and a people of all faiths. So while the core of the group is certainly around those who hold to some kind of belief in Christianity, we're not closed in on ourselves, and it's an ecumenical and also an interfaith space as well. So we'd be really happy to have engagement beyond the Christian community, and engagement too from all kinds of disciplines and interdisciplinary spaces, and again emphasizing to the presence of the creative. So come tell us a story, come read us your poem, and if that's how you're moved to, do a little dance too that speaks to the theme. And the theme that we're working with this year, Angelo, is breaking tides, reshaping land, living in a world shaped by the pandemic. And we actually ended off with a question sign, because we're asking ourselves, how can we live well together in this pandemic shaped world? And you recognize that we have this love for the image of the sea and tides, and then tied into that, of course, is you think of the image of the tsunami or even the hurricane, because that's part of our reality, many of us in the Caribbean, and certainly increasingly in other spaces as well. And what we want to sort of put out there is that these natural sort of activities, tides and waves and tsunamis and all them things, can be really destructive, but at the same time, they're also about recreation. So how do we live with that reality and live with it sustainably and engagingly in a way that really helps to give expression to what we believe about ourselves as human beings?